Hi, welcome to School of Miracles. My name is Kelly Lorraine, and I'm here with Miro, and we're here to talk about all things chakras. It's Chakra Mondays, Miro. What are the aspects going on, and what do we need to know for this week?
Hello, Kelly. Hello, everybody. So, yes, aspects are intense a bit. We have today, of course, Moon in Scorpio. It is a little bit triggering us, but whoever didn't saw the Trigger Thursday videos, you can go and watch that. But basically, on another aspect, the first things that came to my sight is actually the pre-shadow period of Mercury, which is our throat chakra. So I think that everybody is a little bit more like triggered to express themselves, to tell certain emotion, regardless if that emotion is from past or not. The second thing is, of course, is Mars, because Mars is the supreme subject right now, because it's going to be in Gemini for 7.5 months. And I think that the next period of our Gemini is, of course, uh, uh, actually our Mars, is to learn about ourselves, to learn about everything that is inside us and everything that is triggering us. So, whatever you're feeling right now through your uh, heart chakra, so your first and second chakra is just a cleansing part. You don't need to worry. You're not ill. You're not this. You're not that. All the obstacles that you're feeling on a physical level is because our chakras is being cleansed by, universe or whatever you believe in. The upper chakras, which is of course the Jupiter and Saturn, uh, they are right now a little bit retrograde, which is obviously a good thing sometimes because we know when Jupiter is retrograde, which is our third eye chakra, the sixth one, it gives us the blessings that we didn't, we forget about. So Jupiter is the only planet when it's retrograde that it's giving us the hugest blessing, even bigger than when it's direct.
Mm-hmm.
The Saturn, of course, is giving us a structure and a discipline who says like you need to, behave if you want to receive the present. So I think that now universe dictates us the perfect uh, you know, perfect clues, giving us perfect clues how to achieve our goals, how to achieve our, purpose of our soul kind of mission, and basically whatever that is happening in your life personally. I think that we all just need to pay attention on the words. What are we, saying to other people regarding who that is? So basically, we need to be expressive, but yet we need to measure our words.
Okay. Well, let's take a look at what's going on in the chakras. Now, obviously, if anybody's having any physical pain, go see a doctor if you're not sure about ascension symptoms. That's always something that's difficult to navigate when you first start experiencing such things. And we'll do a video one day about ascension symptoms because I think it's important. I know myself, this past few days, I have felt a bit of tension, in my heart chakra. And I know that Miro, you said the same thing, that there's just been a little bit of a pull on the heart. Now, like I said,
Yeah.
if you feel ill, go to your doctor and have that checked out. But I know myself right now that there's a lot of cleansing that's going on in my heart. With regards to the throat chakra, something interesting happened to me the other day in a session where I started to feel my throat start to really act up in the moment. We were in a deep discussion about something specific, and my throat just started to just, kind of choke up a little bit. And I knew that that was a sign of course, reminiscent of the conversation that we were having or the energies that were coming through. So Mercury right now, especially when in this pre-shadow, it's starting to happen. I think people are really starting to feel that Mercury retro on its way. And, for those of you that don't know, Mercury retrograde has a reputation for being a very difficult time of the year. It doesn't have to be difficult. It's good to be aware of at least kind of what may go on, in the sense of there could be some miscommunications, there could be some technology breakdowns, there could be people returning back from the past. We always hear about this, but I want to remind everybody that doesn't mean that you have to entertain it. You can listen. It doesn't mean that anything is set in stone. Just be aware of, what those things are, because we are getting very close now to, Mercury retrograde officially being in full swing.
Next week, we are going to talk about Mercury retrograde in
Mm.
triggers, and I will pinpoint something, but now I just want to say a shorter version of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you know your natal chart, and if you have in your natal chart the Mercury retrograde, so basically the Mercury was retrograde in the moment when you were born,
Mm-hmm.
then all the like the stereotypes about Mercury that it's retrograde, you can't start a relationship, you can't do this, you can't do
Don't
that.
sign
Does-
contracts. Whatever.
exactly,
Yeah.
does
Yeah.
not have influence on you. So imagine that if you're born under the retrograde of specific planet, and when the retrograde now happens with the same planet, it means you have the green light. It means you have open door to do, to be the opposite of the other, to be that successful misfit, in your life. So whatever that it's happening right now in pre-shadow mode till the 11th of September, it is going to have the influence regardless if you're having retrograde Mercury or direct. But for all of those who is having retro Mercury in their natal chart, this is your time, definitely. For other of us who does not have the Mercury retrograde in the chart, it's more like, calm down, prepare yourself for the period of October, because then in October, we are going to have amazing, amazing opportunities. Here we
Okay.
go.
Good to know. Okay, well, let's take a look at our chakras and see what's going on with our root chakra, which is our Mars, our foundation.
This is really interesting. The justice.
Queen of Pentacles. I'm not surprised. That's really interesting because the Queen of Pentacles is all about stability. This is someone who likes nice things, likes the stability, but is also very generous all at the same time. So this is someone who's sitting very well, and it is a card of being balanced. They're not in king energy yet. The King of Pentacles is a very long journey, right? A slow journey, but she's sitting in a good position, and the Justice card tells me that there is balance here, or that we are balancing we're starting to feel more balanced than we have in a long time.
Your Mars is satisfied. Your root chakra is being satisfied right now because you are a provider on the one side with this Queen of Pentacles, and yet you're definitely somebody who is determined, who is loyal, who knows the rules of your life. There are a lot of people who does not know the rule. What is the rules in your life? Why are you like that? Why are you behaving like that? Why? Because of your character, because of this or that? No. Nobody, a lot of people does not know to give the answer on that.
Mhm.
Justice card says I'm in balance from my root and I am, climbing up. It's really good.
Yes, beautiful. I also want to make a point here. On this card, it's a lemon tree. And when I think of lemons, I think of cleansing. I almost feel like there's a bit of a cleansing here of the root chakra, and that balancing.
With everything that is happening, I mean, you and I always see things differently,
Yeah.
yeah, because
Yeah.
when we are in cards. The Justice card, he contained this huge wolf behind him, with these ropes or whatever that is, strings, never mind. But yet in one hand he's holding a sword, and his arm is the other one is in the mouth of this wolf,
Yes.
which means uh, sometimes, I mean, we all have like pet dogs or something like that. I mean, I know that when I build a trust between me and my dog, I give him my hand, he's like tries to bite it, but he's not doing that. So
Right.
the question is here, maybe you need to slow down on a sharp objects right now in the next week. Maybe you need to be careful, especially if you're maybe like doing something, cooking. I mean, I burned myself in a kitchen the other day, which makes this point, and it was the arm. But I think that maybe that's one definition. The other definition would be like you trust what you conquer, which is really good.
Well,
So this is,
oh, sorry, I was gonna say the wolf is all about intuition. The wolf is trusting your inner knowing, right?
yeah, but yet don't force it.
Exactly. I'll put it to you this way, just in connection, because now I feel like it comes full circle back to this card. She's sitting here in a very stable position. The way one handles themselves, again, with the arm in the mouth, can determine whether that Queen of Pentacles stays on her throne and stays stable. Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like choose wisely. And we talked about this in the Thursday triggers, you know, in the Thursday energy check-in about we feel this two of swords and this decision making. Everybody's sort of in this mode of like how to shift themselves. And it's almost like a little bit of choose wisely because it can change your foundation.
But yet maybe our foundation needs to be changed.
Yeah, we'll find out. Let's
Okay,
see what,
let's check our Venus.
yeah. Okay, so Venus, our self-worth, our value, how we love. Oh, sorry, everybody knows when we see this card, Miro and I have the same thought. The Knight of Pentacles, you know, you can't make it up. The Knight of Pentacles, you know, is the slowest moving knight in the deck. We don't have to repeat that because I think we've repeated that a million times in the time that we've known each other. But you know, it is a slow process. But when I see the Sun card like that, it means that that sun is a yes and it's going to be okay. So if anyone is feeling like this is taking forever, oh my goodness, why is it not moving faster? It's going to get there. It just takes time, but it is a yes.
So this again is the question, you know, you don't need to doubt yourself. You don't need to question your intuition, your self-confidence, your ambition, your this, your that. If you are on a journey, yes, that's a right path. If you feel lost, yes, that's a right path. Sometimes feeling lost in life is as well the path of the part of the right path. Because everybody is questioning, is this right? Is he the one? Is this right path for me? Am I right? Did I do this right? Should I do this? Should I do that? Boring questions, not boring to me or to Kelly, boring to yourself. Imagine your higher self who knows everything. How does he or she or whatever feels?
Mhm.
It's boring because you're asking nonstop the same questions. Yet you have like 24 hours per each day to make yourself happy, and you think that your happiness is based on this guy on a horse who just simply maybe needs time, space for himself to finish his job, to finish his tasks, and then he will arrive. You don't need to burn like, you know, Hades from cartoon
Miro,
torture.
you took the words right out of my mouth, and people can look for our spiritual talk because we're going to actually talk about this specific topic, you know, about taking time and space. You know, the Knight of Pentacles is slow. And I just want to point out one other thing here. This knight is on this black horse, and you have the white horses in the Sun card where you have the duality here. So, in
Yes.
other words, you know, I don't want to say that sometimes people, when they're in the waiting mode, they feel like they're in darkness, you know, like they feel like they're never going to see the light. Just know that the sun always rises. That is an assurance. That is a given. You're always going to see the sun. So, you know, even though we might be in the dark night of the soul, or we might be in the dark for a little while, everything will illuminate again. So I think with regards to Venus here is that yes, it has been a long process, but it's going to come to light and everything is okay. It's a yes card.
Basically, this is like you can do it. That's it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Simple as that.
And
Let's see
let
our sun.
yeah, let's take a look at the solar plexus, our personal power. And I have the Three of Wands. And this is so interesting because the Three of Wands is okay. Traditional depiction is set your intentions without any attachments and let things come to you. It's also a card of don't keep sitting on the sidelines. It's never the right time. I'll do this tomorrow. I'll do this next week. I'll do this next year. This means, you know, put yourself out there. Don't be in waiting mode. Now, this is so interesting to me because this really goes to what we've just been taught. Oh, look at them.
Yeah,
what is
they're sitting and you're
and they're-
saying that, like,
don't sit on the sidelines. Stop
yeah,
waiting. I hear so many people say to me, and I'm sure you hear the same thing. I'm waiting for him. I'm waiting for her. And we have to discuss this in our spiritual talk, and we will, because this is the theme. This is the theme. And that is, you still have to move yourself forward. Just because you move yourself forward doesn't mean you're not going to have your person, or it doesn't mean that you're going to lose your person. It means that you're doing for you. I mean, your card over there is what? The Two of Pentacles.
yes.
Yeah. And the Two of Pentacles says you have way too much going on right now. It means you have a lot of things. You have to lighten the load. And, you can't put 20% into 5 different things and expect that you're going to get 100%. So this is saying, don't wait on the sidelines. If we're talking personal power here in the solar plexus, that is forward motion. That is, you got to get up and go. No matter what, you got to push forward. Otherwise, you just stay back. You get held back.
Now, what happened with our sun? What happened with this previous card, the Sun card and the Knight of Pentacles, who says like, I want to do it. I want to see sun. I want to see sun. There we go. There is your sun. Oh yes. It's
Mhm.
in human nature is like this. When I achieve something, I'm instantly, worrying about something else. And then you're trying to see the beauty of your life, but yet you can't see it. Why? Because you are not, listening. You're not in balance. This is the reason why this, the necessary balance card. Because the masculine and the feminine energy sitting across them, themselves, which means that they're in opposition. This is the axis. Now we can interpret it like that, or we can see the sun is the masculine energy. He is facing towards sun. She is turning back on that sun. And where did we have sun? In
Yeah.
our second chakra, our Venus, which is self-confidence. So let's believe in our personal power. Let's believe, because maybe if you believe your senses, like you can feel warmth on your back because this sun is actually shining, uh, in that position. But
Mhm.
thing is, you need that balance, and yet everything is in the right order. The justice, the sun, the two of pentacles, it is in right order. Why are you worrying in constant about the divine timing, divine plan? We
Mhm.
are the simplest, smallest bridge that connects something, whatever that is, like the neurons in our mind, in our head. We have one neuron, the another neuron, and they're like, making the bridge. We are the bridge for what? Who cares? You have your obligation. Your obligation is to be happy, to be in balance. If you're not in order to achieve that, like push yourself a little bit, because it's our job to spread light, positivity, to be optimistic, to be somebody. If you don't love the darkness, who loves to be sad? Who loves to be this or that? Give yourself illumination. Don't be stubborn and turn towards the sun.
Well, and if you look at my card, they're looking out onto the horizon. And what's in the horizon? The sun. This is where you have to set the intention and believe in your intention. This is where you're saying, I'm not going to hold on anxiously. I'm not going to worry so much. I know that the sun is there. I can see it. And in your card, it's almost like, to some extent, she may not even be looking. She may not even notice that it's even there. I mean, maybe she feels it, but she doesn't really acknowledge that it's there. It's there, you know?
Yeah,
And that,
because she can't do the multitasking. She's eating.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Let's take a look. Now we're getting to the heart chakra. What
Let's
does
see
the
our
heart say?
moon.
And you know what? Here you go. I'm not surprised. I have the 9 of wands, the 9 of wounds, as I call it. There's a little bit of a disconnect there. See? And this is the thing. Okay. When I look at the previous cards and I say, are we acknowledging that everything is going to be okay? Sometimes people are focused on the story or on the narrative. instead of being in the present moment, instead of knowing the outcome and believing in the outcome. Because that Two of Cups you have over there says, there it is. The heart knows. Yeah, okay, we had the Knight of Pentacles, which meant it was a long journey. Yes, we know that we've been through battle. We've had one knee down and we can't give up. We got to keep going. The most important thing to me when I see these two cards is we have to let go of the story, because if we don't let go of the story, how can we fully enjoy that Two of Cups? This is what can get in the way of that Two of Cups.
This is the part of healing for
Yes.
all of us, healing ourselves, healing our heart chakra, healing through emotion. Don't
Mhm.
run away from emotion, because there's a lot of people today who don't want to be hurted. They don't want to be in pain. They are not mature, like in an emotional level. Yet they want something stable in their life.
Yeah.
How? On what level? How, why do you think that you deserve happiness in love life? Or yeah, let's ask another question. Why did you think that you don't deserve the love and happiness in your like emotional whatever? So
Right.
it goes both ways. Like, like this is the almost like the endless time loop. I'll give you, you give me, I love you. That moment when you're hanging up, I say, love you, okay, you hang up. No, you,
I
and
love you.
nobody's
I love
hanging
you
up.
more. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
Nobody's hanging the phone, It's almost like that. I think that because of, obviously, if you don't have balance in your solar plexus, which is our like the storage for our emotions,
yeah,
how can you, attract another thing that it's going to give you? It's almost like you have the glass without the bottom and you say, I want to drink water.
yeah,
How? So you need to cleanse yourself. That's the reason why Mars is strong, why Venus is strong, why solar plexus is a little bit like strong ish kind of way of holding a little bit.
yeah,
That's the reason why you need to know that when you heal yourself with this nine of wounds that Kelly says, you will have the Two of Cups, which is the balance, which is, amazing energy,
yeah,
divine masculine, divine feminine. You can call it divine union. You can say, is he the one? Yes, he is. Never mind. That's not the question. The question here is, are you ready?
yeah. I agree. And not to let this old story of the wounds hold you back. Because as I say to people all the time, whether it's in sessions on live or even with my friends, I say, you know, what choice do we have? What choice do we have? Do we want to stay back in those hurts? Do we want to live in the past? No. You can visit the past, you can't live there. We have no choice but to move ourselves forward. We have one life to live that we are aware of or conscious of right now. Living in the Nine of Wounds is not going to bring you the Two of Cups. So it's okay. Acknowledge the story, acknowledge the battle, but allow yourself. It's one thing to ask for happiness. It's another thing to allow the Two of Cups.
Kelly, let's check how they are going to ask with throat
Yeah.
chakra in the first
Okay.
place.
Yeah. Mercury. Miro, you cannot make this up. You and I have been you you really cannot make this up.
No, no
For
way.
anybody that doesn't know, Miro and I have talked about the Two of Swords from the moment we sat down today. Even before filming, we said, really feel the Two of Swords today. And as soon as I saw the card before you showed me yours, I saw, like the wolf head here. Okay. And we talked about the wolf being, inner knowing and guidance. We talked about it right at the very beginning of this reading. This is decision time. Here it is. It's showtime. And you know what's interesting? When I see our cards together, 2, 22, we're building something here. And 22 can be considered a deep soul connection number, which we just talked about that with the Two of Cups, 222.
Thing about the Two of Swords is always trust your inner voice, trust your intuition, trust, you
Yeah.
know, whatever you think that it's behind you, that can be your ancestors, that can be your connection with your spirit guides, connection with your spirit animals, whatever that is. The combination of two of swords and two of swords with Kelly holds is like, universe always say, I said what I said. It's
Mm.
almost like a clarification, like, this is it. There is no other card, there is no other this or that. But the funny thing about this card, because this is the runic tarot,
Mhm.
um, she's having, I mean, you can't see it, never mind, but on her throat, she's having the rune. That rune specifically is for protection.
Mhm.
I mean, because that's the Norse runes. I was studying them a little bit, and I really, really, really love them. But the throat chakra is being protected by universe, divine energy, or this is like, don't say what you think, say what you feel. And I have so far two, two, and two.
Yeah,
So
you
this
do.
is definitely a sign that we all need to express, because from our solar plexus, energy is going to our heart chakra, then it's going to our throat chakra, and it's coming out as something combination of each chakra. So I think that you don't need to have the fear of, oh my God, what's behind me in these woods. Like, you don't need to worry what's behind these trees, because you were there.
Yeah.
You observe everything, yet are you going to allow your mind to convince yourself that the truth is something that it's not there, or you're going to feel it because it's almost like our inner radar, like we can sense things. So let your heart sense it with the two of ups. Kelly has 9 of wounds. So let's heal our heart chakra in
Yeah.
order to express more openly, which means if you had a past that wasn't good, somebody hurted you, somebody do this or that, it doesn't mean that the next person is going to do it. Well,
100%.
are you going to allow it to happen? That's the question. So
Yeah.
changing yourself, you change it's almost like uh, you're changing absolutely everything that is connecting to you. So you will summon, you will attract,
Mhm.
you will have in your life however you are behaving towards yourself.
Yeah.
So be truthful to yourself.
I agree. Okay. Wow, Miro. I'm not surprised. So the third eye,
Yes.
Jupiter.
Let's see our Jupiter.
Okay. Love it. I got the Chariot.
I've got the King of Wands.
Oh, King of Rods, eh? Well, I mean, we've been talking a lot about, um, fire and water, and we mentioned it in a previous video and with the triggers. And what I wanted to make a point about actually in the Two of Swords that we just had is you see that fog, you see that steam. And what does fire and water do? It makes that steam, right? So I see this as kind of the same thing. The King of Wands, you can see it's like, wow, look how powerful he looks. And then you see on this particular card, you have the feminine. Now, normally we see sort of the emperor, we see a male figure on the chariot. And here, we can really see the masculine and the feminine energy here. And this is definitely like victory and going ahead. And the King of Wands is forward motion, it's nurturing. And I mean, the Chariot is Cancerian energy, which is very nurturing. So this is a very, very positive, in my opinion, set of cards to have for your third eye, because this is saying nurture yourself, trust yourself, go ahead, don't hold yourself back.
King of Wands is always full of self-confidence. He does
Yes,
not have ego, like not from the ego
right.
perspective. This
Hmm.
is more like, I know who I am. I know I'm handsome. I know I am hot. I know things. I
Mm-hmm.
trust myself. Why? Because the the process that the king becomes a king, especially like the fire element, the wand energy, isn't easy. None element is easy, but when you master yourself, this is the last degree. This is the master level. So
Mm-hmm.
he's mastering his own job, which means our Jupiter, you don't need to question your intuition. That's the thing with Mercury. That's the thing with previous card. Don't doubt it. You need to trust it. You need to trust whoever is leading you. And this King of Wands is leading you. This is the necessary fire, necessary sun to illuminate, to get rid of everything here. Maybe this King of Wands came to burn down the forest. And that's the reason why everything is burning behind him. Maybe your Jupiter is going to save you, your third eye chakra. He's going to save you if you believe enough in it.
Yes. Well, I mean, I always think of the lion, a lion doesn't have to say it's a lion. And that's what I think of with the King of Wands, because of course there is Leo energy there too. It's the concept of somebody who has to tell you, I'm the best this, I'm the best that. That's not the King of Wands. The King of Wands exudes that energy. They trust that that's who they are. They don't have to tell you. And that's the same thing. There's no validation needed. That King of Wands knows that he is a winner and he's moving forward. There is no holding anybody back. Those flames mean fire, masculine, go. Just like the
And
chamber.
purification.
Right. Okay. Let's take a look at the crown chakra, the
Okay.
Saturn. Okay, let's see what we need to know there. Interesting. I have the 8 of Pentacles. This is the work and abundance, strength. Now, what did I just say about Leo? Did I not? I said Leo energy is where, like, the lion doesn't have to say it's a lion, and it's finding that strength. And it's the work ethic. It's the work ethic. Even when times are tough, even when we were in that 9 of wounds, 9 of wands, it's like you got to push forward. You got to do the work, and you will have the abundance.
I think that every single deck is having their own story,
Yes.
especially how they interpret the cards in the
Yes.
picture. So originally, traditional deck, there's a girl with a lion.
Yes.
Over here is bear, and that's the reason why this is the strength card that is the strongest animal alive. I mean, yeah, right. But what's the thing? Uh, the universe is going to provide you everything that you need. So as you can see, for example, from my side, from above, we have download. You have the strength, you're giving this king to clean everything. So our risky chakras right now are first chakra, fourth chakra, and fifth chakra,
Mm-hmm.
which means first and second are okay, the sixth and seventh are okay. Everything in between needs work, 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 and work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And here's your work.
Exactly.
Wow.
It's
You're
easy.
That was absolutely incredible and so on point. And I cannot wait to see what happens next week, especially with Mercury retro. Really looking forward to it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'll see you soon.
Of course, thank you, Kelly. And please let us know in comments that it resonates with you.
Mhm.
And did you feel any kind of change, obstacle, blessings, or whatever in your chakras in next week? Talk to you soon, Kelly. Thank you, and bye bye.
Bye.